XRP chart analysts are buzzing with excitement, and I've got some intriguing insights to share from a range of experts. The consensus? A breakout for XRP seems imminent. One analyst says the setup is practically screaming like we're on the edge of something big. Another is calling it imminent, literally. Of course, there isn't complete agreement on the exact timing. Some believe it could take a few weeks, while others think it's just a day away. I won't pretend to know who's right, but either way, the historical data and current crypto metrics make this timeline feel spot on. Adding global trends like macro scale liquidity shifts and the stars seem to be aligning for XRP. Whether the breakout happens tomorrow or a few weeks down the line, one thing is clear: we're standing at a pivotal moment and the excitement is hard to ignore. There's so much to dive into. Let's unpack it all. Before we dive in, let me be upfront. I'm not a financial expert. This isn't financial advice, and you definitely shouldn't make any buy or sell decisions based on what I say or write. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who loves making YouTube videos about the topic as a fun hobby. Oh, let's talk about the S&P 500. Remember my last video? It's worth bringing up again. Despite the doomsday chatter in early April, the market is doing surprisingly well. The world didn't end. It's actually far from it. Check out this post from Tom Lee, someone I find pretty insightful. He's the CIO of Fundstrat Capital and a regular guest on CNBC, so his opinions get a lot of attention. Here's what he had to say. Since April, many investors have been sitting on the sidelines, missing out on key opportunities, but with fundamentals looking strong on trade, it's time to jump back in. The S&P 500 dips are proving to be prime buying opportunities, keeping pullbacks shallow. Now, let's talk Bitcoin. He's confident, like really confident, that Bitcoin is heading way higher. Even if you're not a Bitcoin fan, the potential is hard to ignore. Doubling from here, he believes it's absolutely on the table for this cycle. Meanwhile, Scott Melker nailed it in his post. The S&P 500 is up 20% since April 7th. Folks, make no mistake, we're in a bull market. This ride isn't over. I'll let you know when the time comes because the signs will be clear. Metrics hitting key levels, flashing warnings that the market is overheating. When that moment arrives, I'll be here to sound the alarm, making sure you're not caught off guard. I'll break down the reasons behind my decision to sell, so you'll know it's time to prepare for the shift. Now, I know I'll face some pushback. People always do when the market feels unstoppable, like it's destined to climb forever. But trust me, it's not. The music will stop. It always does. And when it does, you'll want to be ready. You don't want to be caught off guard, and sticking your head in the sand won't help. That's why I'm here to keep you in the loop when those key moments hit. It's the same patterns every cycle, signaling we're getting close to the peak. Though we can't pinpoint the exact day, my plan, be out of the market either fully or as close as I can before the tide turns. That's the goal. Speaking of insights, check out this post from chart analyst Mr. Crypto. He shared it with his 141,000 followers, breaking down Bitcoin's trajectory. On the left, you'll see 2025. That's where we are now. On the right, we've got 2020, making the same argument as before. History is repeating itself. And guess what? He's not wrong. Bitcoin is setting up just like it did back then. He says last time it entered price discovery, this time won't be different. And he's right. It won't be different because history has a way of echoing itself. We're in a bull market, plain and simple. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Michael. When Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, the move that follows will basically be an infinite money glitch. Honestly, that checks out. It's exactly what it feels like. If you're new here and missed out when we rode the wave all the way up from $15,000, now's your chance to shine. Lock in, start prepping, and get ready to make your move. Rolling when Bitcoin takes off, it's always a thrill. That said, I'm not as pumped about Bitcoin itself right now, despite it being one of my biggest holdings, because the potential gains from here are pretty limited. Let's be honest. What are we looking at? A 2x maybe if the stars align, and in a totally wild scenario, a 3x. Realistically, I'm not banking on that. More likely, we're talking a modest 50% increase from here. But here's the kicker. If Bitcoin does its thing and wakes up the market, bringing in fresh retail investors, what do you think happens with the altcoins? That's where the real action is. If the all-time high is coming and the market gets the buzz it needs, the opportunity on altcoins could be huge. And let's not forget, XRP has already taken some hits. The multiplier on alts, it's about to go wild. Check out this post from Charting Guy on Bitcoin dominance. He points out the Bitcoin dominance weekly chart looks terrible. Confirmed bear divergence with last week's ugly close. For bulls, this is the kind of action you want to see. Falling Bitcoin dominance? Yes, please. It's the perfect setup. Bitcoin's price can still rise, and I fully expect it will, but this shift opens the door for altcoins to shine. As Bitcoin's dominance dips, what's on the rise? Altcoins. They're gearing up to take center stage, firing on all cylinders. Take a look at this post from 360 Trader. He shared the crypto total market cap chart with his 196,000 followers, calling it crypto's final resistance before breaking into new all-time highs. The momentum is undeniable. The big crypto influencers, the chart experts who've been in the game for years, they see it. They know what's coming. A new all-time high for Bitcoin, explosive new highs for altcoins. This is the moment people dream about, the one that changes lives. And here's the thing, you don't have to be someone special to ride this wave. I'm just an ordinary guy like you. I've succeeded in crypto by keeping it simple. I bought assets, stayed visible, and practiced patience. That's it. Nothing extraordinary, just consistent, but it worked, and I'm sticking to it. When the next blow-off top comes after 7.5 years in the game, that's when I'll finally cash out. Yep, I've never converted to USD, but this time I will. The moment is near, and it's thrillingly real. Think about it. There's never been an opportunity like crypto in human history. We're living in a revolutionary era, witnessing the rise of an entirely new financial ecosystem. It's here, it's happening, and we're unbelievably lucky to be part of it. We are living in one of the most extraordinary times in human history. Truly, it's incredible, and I'm not exaggerating. I genuinely believe this. Regular people, just like you and me, have the chance to achieve life-changing wealth. This isn't some distant dream, it's real, but it's up to you to make it happen. You need to master your emotions, stay patient, and accept that you don't control the timeline. When the moment arrives, you'll either be in the game or you won't. I chose to be in. Now, my crypto is worth a fortune compared to what I invested. All I did was buy and then nothing. Seriously, I bought buy and that's it. No complicated strategies, no endless tinkering. It just works. You don't need to spend money on fancy trading courses or learn every detail about the market. Just get broad exposure, be patient, and wait. Oh, and make sure you're holding a good chunk of large cap cryptos. Those are the ones most likely to survive and hit new all-time high. Focus on utility coins like XRP, HBAR, Flare, the ones solving real problems. Here's a cool post from Crypto Wizard highlighting the others/BTC charts. It tracks trends from past cycles, 2017, 2021, and where we're headed in 2025. The others chart, this fascinating metric, tracks every crypto coin outside the top 10 by market cap, measured here in Bitcoin. What you're seeing on your screen is a snapshot of how these coins are performing against Bitcoin in 2025. And right now, others have been losing ground as Bitcoin takes the lead. But guess what? That's completely normal. History tells us this story over and over again. Let's take a look back at the last two cycles. In 2017, others dipped. In 2020, heading into 2021, the same thing happened. Then what? Boom, massive outperformance followed each time. That explosive alt season hasn't hit yet, but does that mean this time is different? Not a chance. It's just taking a little longer. Patience is key here. As the saying goes, no pleasure without pain. The others chart is mirroring the exact pattern we've seen before. After the struggle comes the moment we've all been waiting for. Alt season isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The time is coming. Get ready. Check out this update from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. ETH price action is heating up. Retest before the next move? Yep, looks about right. Ethereum recently rebounded hard, climbing from a low near $1,400.00 to a high of $2,600.00. Now it's dipping back to test support, gearing up for what could be a major breakout. Here's the exciting part. The last two cycles showed this same setup before alt season kicked off. And guess what? We're right on the brink, folks. This is one of those rare times in crypto when it's okay to feel ridiculously hyped. Most of the time, let's face it, crypto is a grind, sideways action, bear markets, and endless waiting. But not today. This moment feels different. Check out this insight from the brilliant Matsby. Here's the XRP market cap chart. He points out something big. XRP's market cap is quietly building a strong foundation above its 2018 all-time highs. Most people aren't paying attention, but the setup is screaming breakout. It's not a question of if, it's all about when. Keep an eye on this. Oh, I definitely am. It's just a matter of time. People said it couldn't happen, that it was impossible, but here we are. Look at that breakout. It finally happened in 2024, right after the election. Now we're consolidating, building strength, and when it moves, it's going to explode upward again. Check this out from Crypto Insight UK. Talk about confidence. He just dropped XRP all-time highs imminent. That's not something he says lightly. If he's calling it imminent, he's convinced it's about to skyrocket. Numbers up, folks. Oh, and his prediction, XRP could peak somewhere between $20 and $30. Bold, but totally plausible. And then there's chart analyst Steph is crypto chiming in. His XRP/USD chart screams big moves ahead. He's calling for XRP to explode past $30 this cycle. Big claims, but he's backing it. And let's not forget Cryptolica. He's been consistent, simply stating XRP ready. His view, XRP might hit $9 to $10, which honestly could end up looking conservative in hindsight. Fingers crossed he's right. Let's see where this ride takes us. I'm not the kind of person to dive into charts or make bold price predictions, but the idea of XRP hitting those high numbers, $20, $30, or even beyond, isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. It's all within the realm of possibility. The real question is how much money is going to flow into crypto overall. The more that pours in, the more it cycles through to XRP, paving the way for massive green candles and skyrocketing prices. That's what's next, folks. We're almost there. What a ride has been so far. Seriously, the past 7.5 years in crypto have been nothing short of insane. Looking back, it feels like a wild movie script. And let's not forget the madness we endured with the SEC. No other community dealt with anything quite like we did. It's been a journey, but this next chapter could be legendary. We've made it through and we're stronger than ever. XRP is a powerhouse, crushing the competition and leading the top 100 since the election. You'd love to see it. Turns out we were right all along. Vindication feels sweet. Now we're just waiting for the final act when XRP enters price discovery and truly takes off. It's coming. Quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any moves based solely on what I say or write. Seriously, that would be a terrible idea.